Peaches, 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 peaches.
I
love you. This is Hack the Dino Gamingcast. I am Ben Rosenthal, the singing man. That's right, I sing all the ding dong day. Ding dong day.
You're thinking about Greg Norman again, mate.
Speaking of ding dongs, I'm joined by Floppy Starrick.
Hello, every people of Earth. How are you? Good? Excellent.
Everyone's good. Yeah, didn't you hear them?
Cool.
They're all unanimous in their goodness. Also joined by boy, the man who likes to speak like this because he's from London. Anto.
Yeah. I'm not from London. How dare you?
He's from Dorset.
I'm from Dorset, my lover.
He likes to go, oh, get my shovel. She's called Cheryl now.
I've torn myself away from Resident Evil 4 to be here for you, you ungrateful little ingrates.
I'm very appreciative of the fact that you streamed for 8 hours on one day on the channel.
Hey, it was a total of 14 hours over 2 days. Thank you very much.
You're a crazy man.
Can I just call out in the chat, Michael Town says that Ben looks like the adopted brother out of the three of us.
And that chat message came from Michael Towns because we have a very special guest here. Joining us for the very first time on the Gamingcast, brought to you by Hack the Dino over at hackthedino.com, is the man responsible for, is it the biggest comic and toy fair in Australia yet?
I don't know. I'll let other people judge that.
Oh, it is. It is
biggest.
biggest Adelaide comic and toy fair in the Southern Hemisphere. That's right. You'll never find a bigger Adelaide comic and toy fair in the Southern Hemisphere. In the world. The biggest Adelaide comic and toy fair in the world. Brett Owen is here. Well, you've had a busy time, haven't you, Brett?
I have. It's been pretty intense. So yeah, plenty
hectic.
For those who don't know, I went on a honeymoon a few days ago.
Yay!
Got married a few days ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, he didn't get married. He just jumped onto someone else's wedding.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll come with.
Accidentally went on a honeymoon.
Yeah, so you got married, went on a honeymoon, been planning the fair, which is every, how many months? Twice a year, isn't it?
Yeah, twice a year, every 6 months, April and October. So
I like how Ben asks like he doesn't know that his life savings go to it every time.
It's called being a good host / interviewer and letting the audience ask. I'm the surrogate for the audience. That's right. The surrogate. That they want a kid.
Like a mum?
Yeah, it comes through me.
Is this because you're the adopted child? And
yeah, that's right. I'm used to
looking
it.
for a mother.
Why is Anto not? At least we've got beards happening here. He doesn't have one.
He's still got hair though.
It's growing.
But
he's the younger child that hasn't quite hit it yet.
Yeah, younger child.
Yeah, literally the younger child.
Hasn't reached beard age yet.
I do like, however, how it is in, for the podcast listeners, I've got a nice reddish, bright beard. Brett's is dark, but a little bit of grey coming in. And then Floppy's good old Saint Nick. Anyway, what we're talking about, Brett.
I think the correct term is silver fox, but hey.
Brett. Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair.
Yes.
Talk us. It is, of course, in, as we record this, 2 days. So by the time this goes out, I'm actually going to release the video version early. It's going to go out on the Saturday morning. And the podcast will be up. Yeah, I'm going to be up late tonight. The podcast will go up at its normal time. So the Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair, the first one for 2023, is happening in 48 hours. Tell us a little bit about it. How did it start?
It was pretty much because I'm lazy, and now it's the hardest thing in my freaking life to do. So it was pretty much
slow build.
I was selling some comics on Facebook. That was easy. You can post a comic. Then I had toys and video games that I also wanted to sell. Posting toys and video games is a lot harder than a little book. So yeah, I looked around and found out other people like Osti from Kaiju. He had a little sale thing at his house. Thought about that, and I was like, oh, I could do that too. So was going to have this little get-together at my old work. And then when more and more people decided they wanted to come that I didn't know, my boss said, no, you're not going to let a whole bunch of randoms in my house or in my workplace.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, we went in at the old Dutch club down at Mawson Lakes and thinking,
started.
I was there.
We're going to have maybe 100 people rock up. And then, 400 people rocked up. And I was like, what the F? And
how did that must have been hectic, guys. Like, you wouldn't plan for that.
It was like 3 weeks of planning, just putting stuff on Facebook. That was the only advertising, and then just word of mouth. And then
I love Adelaide.
All these people just rocked up. And then, here we are 9 years later. And
is it 9 years?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Holy
2015
smokes.
Was the first one. So this will be our 9th year doing it.
Did you do it twice a year since then, or is it annually for a while?
So the first 3 years were annually, 15, 16, 17. And then, since then.
Wow.
It's twice a year.
And
April,
it's
October.
just gone stronger and stronger each year. I mean, as someone who has legitimately been to every single one, it has grown to the point now where you're at a stadium that is 4 basketball courts.
Probably, the easiest way to explain it was the first couple were 1 basketball court, then it went to 3 basketball courts, and then now it's at 5. So, 5. And basketball courts you think are just basketball courts, but they're pretty freaking big. Like a single basketball court is bigger than most of the venues in South Australia. So
and we were talking about this previously, like. You can't really go anywhere else because
there's nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, you could go to the basketball court and get Clipsal Stadium, but that might be a bit out of price range. Really?
Yeah.
Clipsal Stadium, holy! Like even with all the seats back in the stands, although they're not removable ones.
Well, how many courts have they got?
I don't know, 10.
Have you ever been?
Yeah, we had a wrestling show there.
Are you just guessing, man?
I don't know.
So your first one had like 400 people. What's your peak? Do you know? People through the door.
Well, it sucks because there's like a fire limit at the place that we go to. So,
but what, the amount of fires you're allowed to light? Or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, like, I've given up smoking, so it's not that bad. But
nice.
So it sucks because we can't let people in. We have to stop them at a certain time and wait for like 1 in, 1 out. So
that sounds like my weekends.
1 in, 1 out. No, so peak we're like. Well, the last one was a bit over 3,000 people over the day. So
standing in the rain, I recall.
Yeah, so that's
crazy.
We actually had the last show. The line went out the door all the way around the entire stadium and back to the door on the other side of the building.
I remember hearing about that while I stood inside, all nice and dry.
So it was. It's pretty intense, and I'm pretty happy that people were committed to that. But then on the other hand, it sucks that I don't want people having to wait. So. That's why we've introduced things like the early entry, where we can get people in.
Brilliant idea.
For a smaller number, so that the vendors that are still setting up aren't overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's that worked out heaps well.
And then it's just an extra hour of people get in before that. They just walk straight in, and then the normal time starts, and 300 people have already had a chance to look around, and they'll leave an hour earlier. So another 300 people can get in an hour.
And don't worry, if you do pay to get in a bit earlier, don't stress. All the good stuff is still gone by people like me and Floppy who go around.
Yeah.
You get the leftovers.
Yeah.
Public.
That is worth the price of admission alone.
They're like vultures, both of them.
The worst bit is
Brent's like, shut up, man.
The whole front bit where you line up is all glass. And some of the guys from the Toy Power podcast were telling me they had these Batman things. And there was like a guy out the window, like they were all looking at it and they wanted to buy it. And then someone came in and picked up and bought them, and they're all there like, no! And then they came in after it, and they're like, why do you have any more of these? And it's like,
I love that. The kids at the candy store in the window, like,
yeah. So we spoke briefly about growing and whatnot. Are you going to stay in the same place? Do you have any plans that you can see it growing in any bigger? Any plans to take it on the road? Any more different kind of conventions that you might put your toes in?
Well, there's a lot of ideas floating around. There's really only one other bigger venue. But
entertainment center.
But I don't want to lose. Like you go to like a function center or these big exhibition places, and it's all it is just grey carpet, grey walls, high roofs, no character. And you go there, and it's just someone made a really good point. Like if you go there, then you just become another convention or enough that has no character. And that's what I like about like my fair. I try to keep it community. Like I have.
Yeah.
Cheap tables. So just the little guy that wants to, like Ben, wants to sell some crap that he's got left over, get rid of his Sega stuff because he's a Nintendo freak. And then so it gives the opportunity for someone like that to, get a table, sell their stuff. They might only come once or twice, but, they had fun. And the same with like the local artists. They don't really have an outlet to, go to big conventions, and these small artists.
Well, they do. It's just that it costs like $300 to $400 for a table, as opposed to $55 for like. I stopped doing the big conventions with my comic books because it was just not fun. Yeah,
this way, and like the artists, for instance, I've put them like the artist alley, as you kind of call it, in the middle of the like floor plan, so that way.
Oh, nice! So you
get
guaranteed.
Yeah, you literally have to walk
guaranteed
past them.
Foot traffic.
So unlike conventions and people where they're
stick them off to the corner,
getting photos with bloody John Travolta, but the artists that actually have skill are like stuck in the corner doing nothing.
You're getting John Travolta?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Well,
you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
My people and his people, and we'll see what happens. So.
I bumped into him at the last bald person meeting.
Yeah.
The last what, sorry?
The bald person. We have a meeting, all us baldies.
Yeah,
we all get together.
I think his is by choice, though, mate.
No, that's what he wants you to think. This is a choice. I choose not to have a horribly receding hairline.
Or a wig.
Look, why you keep bringing up that wig?
You should get a wig.
I don't want a wig.
I got traumatized as a child when I found out that my great-grandmother wore a wig.
I wear a wig. Look.
Oh, dude, I legit thought you were going to realize. I was like, whoa. For podcast listeners, it wasn't real.
That would be that's a good reveal.
That would have been amazing. I would have probably fallen off my chair.
Now, Brett, one thing that I think you also do really well is keeping the prices down for vendors to get in, like so they can actually make some money and sell some stuff, is that you also have a really affordable and really fair pricing for people to get in. How much is it for, say, an individual ticket to get into the...
So just general admission, $7, so that's... Yeah.
Look at that. $7.
It's weird because I look around at the other fairs, like another
it's like $30
like
to get in.
Australia wide, and I'm like, and people are always like, why the hell don't you just charge an extra?
Because, see, this is if people spend, this is what Supernova and other big conventions had a problem with. You're paying $50 to $100 to get you and your family in.
Then you're not paying anything on the inside.
Exactly. You have no money anymore. Like, you get in, you walk around, you go get your little autograph and spend 30 seconds with
which is $80 or $100.
Yeah, who was on Smallville like 20 years ago for 10 seconds. And then you go, right, I'll have a look around and then bugger off. And you've got no money to spend on anything else. So not only are, not only small-time comic book artists and indie comic creators suffering, but also the big vendors who pay out a lot more. Like we're talking thousands of bucks for a booth. They're not making their money back because you've spent it all at the door. The only one who's going home happy are the big con people. So no, having the whole low entry fee to get in.
Well, I actually kept it at $5 for ages because I hated dealing with coins. Literally, it was just denominations of 5, so 5, 10, 20, or whatever. They just give you notes so that you didn't have to sit there and count through like bloody
I like how
the
it's all
$2.50 pieces and stuff like that.
I like how it's all based around what can make my life easier.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I started the fair to make it easier, and then now it's
balloon.
Anyway.
Now you run it twice a year.
Yeah.
What's the next phase of growth? A third one? A different kind
once
of
a month.
Well, the kind of ideas is a third one, which I don't know whether it would take away the excitement, and it's like twice a year, so that's far enough away that people are like, oh, it's coming, and it makes more of a day of it instead of a
twice a year is pretty good.
I'm going to catch up with Floppy and Ben again. We'll have a chat, and it's more of a like go into the pub kind of thing, and instead of this big massive day where you catch up with all your friends and stuff like that. So that's what I want to kind of keep to. But then I've also thought about doing smaller, more like focused ones. Like I know
intimate gatherings.
Every 20 minutes, Ben asked me to do a video game one.
Yeah.
You know why though? Purely
smaller events, and
he wants video games.
Yeah.
Yes, Santo.
I actually have a quick question for Brett, which is prompted somewhat by Dylan, maybe about 10 minutes ago.
It's all right. I'll take this one. Go.
So for some people who watch the show that we talk to quite regularly about, the Toy Fair and when it's coming up and what we find at it and stuff, whether it be for travel, location, or, sensory or, neurodiverse reasons, is there any plan maybe to not move, but could there be plans to do like a smaller one maybe down south for people who don't get the chance to come up here?
I've looked at doing a north and a south one, and it's pretty much come down to that the next biggest venue is 3 courts, and yeah, that 3-court venue is closing down. So that was the Martin. So there's literally nowhere else to do it. You'd be doing it on a 2-court place, which would be nothing like what it is. Yeah. So it's literally impossible because it's
logistically just sort of
everywhere.
doesn't work.
Yeah, and I get that, and it sucks because I had tried to get a central location. That's why I used to do it in the CBD, and that's why Martin was good.
Did it used to be at Christian Brothers College?
Yep.
Yeah, so I picked there. I wanted a central location. Even though I lived north, instead of doing it, convenient for me, I thought I'd do there because you've got all the trains and stuff that can bring you from right out north and everywhere down south. So it was a bit easier for people that might not be able to drive for an hour or whatever to get there, kind of thing. But yeah, that's kind of it. Like I get it, and it would be great to be able to hold a south and a north one, but at the end of the day, you can only do with what you've got. So,
speaking of what you got, Floppy,
yeah, mate.
What have you got in your video game system that you've been thumbing?
That's personal. All right, I've been playing some cool stuff, actually.
Yeah.
I even ticked a couple of games off. Well, no, one game off of my list of trying to finish stuff. I have been playing Resident Evil 4, which I freaking love. I'm up to like chapter 8 out of, I want to say 16. Am I right, Anto?
You know what now?
Is there 16 chapters in Resident Evil 4?
16 chapters. The final one is maybe 10 minutes long.
It's 15 and a half chapters. I'm like halfway, and it is awesome. It is super happy. I'm super happy with it. I realized I hadn't actually played the OG one since 2005.
Yeah, right.
So I legit can't remember everything that happens. Like, I can remember the general gist of the story. So as I've been playing it, it's almost like playing it for the first time again, which has been awesome fun. I'm just playing on casual. I'm just going through and having a really cool time with it, trying to get, most of the collectibles and all that sort of stuff. But I will let Anto talk about that most, because he's finished it about 18 times in the last 20 minutes. I finished my Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, which was my nice little lunchtime game. I always have a lunchtime game I take to work on my Switch. Finished that. That was great fun. Loved it. And I had full intentions of my next lunchtime game being Metroid Prime Remastered, which I bought, which I started, which is fantastic, and I love it. But then I picked something else up on a bit of a whim, and I put it in and I tried it, and I became a little obsessed with it.
Now, you say a whim.
Yes.
Did you know, it's a fact that not many people know, but the urge to sing The Lion Sleeps Tonight is only a whim away?
Oh,
a whim away, a whim away, a whim away. Anyway.
I feel dumber. But I picked a game up on a whim, and I've become quite obsessed with it. It's, I picked up,
for a while.
Yeah, it's every time. I picked up Cult of the Lamb.
Nice.
Do you know what Cult of the Lamb is? Has anyone heard of Cult of the Lamb?
I have. We've spoken about it a couple of times on here, and we'll be speaking about it very shortly as well.
So essentially, you play a little lamb, and you run a cult. And you have to... It's a dungeon crawler, essentially, then to pick up followers and cool items that when you can take back to your area of cultness and play...
Stop saying cult.
Essentially, it's Animal Crossing, but better.
It's Animal Crossing, but worshipping and sacrificing cutesy animals.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Yep.
I've been naming all of my followers after friends of mine, except for 2. I always keep...
Phew.
Yeah, you're safe, mate. No, you're almost in there. You haven't hit the roster yet, but I'm just waiting for the right follower to come along.
Bald eagle.
Truly evil one. Yeah.
I gotta unlock the bald eagle first. So I always keep 2 followers in my cult that are unnamed, so I don't grow attached to them, because you can sacrifice your followers.
Nice.
To increase the
That'd
the
be
faith
even
from
more
the others.
reason for me to name them.
It's actually it's a really fun. It's the one more time, one more turn, one more turn
run.
down the dungeon, one more run down the dungeon, one more day. Let's see what I can do.
One day more.
I am a little bit annoyed that I have to continually go around and clean up the poop of my followers.
Yeah.
But I do have a body pit now, so I can throw
nice.
desecrated bodies into there so they don't
What about in the game?
make us... Well, no, game you can get them too. I just haven't bothered it.
Ah, cool.
Having a great time with Cult of the Lamb.
Anto, very quickly.
Hello.
We know that you've been playing because you're on there for 14 hours.
I have been playing the ever-loving crap out of Resident Evil 4. I think I've played through it 5 times now.
Mm-hmm. How many times in the last 2 days?
In the last 2 days, twice. Wait, no, hang on.
Once a day.
No, hang on. 3 times in the last 2 days.
Jesus.
Because I did my first playthrough on the hardest difficulty available at launch. So like a fresh game, hardcore mode. Finished that, played it, just spent a lot of time getting things, playing it, just enjoying it. And then as soon as that run was done, I was like, cool, now to do the challenges. So I've been doing speed runs and the basic and standard modes. It's just reawakened my love of playing video games for fun.
What?
Which sounds really stupid because
none of that sounds fun.
video games are fun. But I remember distinctly the feeling of playing the original Resident Evil 4 and loving it to death in, the mid-2000s.
It's an awesome story.
Has reawakened and sort of it's reignited that feeling from playing games with like no responsibility back when I was a teenager, and it's great. It's so good.
I had a question, but I've forgotten it, so I'll just finish by saying, Leon!
Yeah, no, it's really good. Anyone who's not played it yet, please pick it up.
Actually.
It's fantastic.
3 was the last.
It's cheesy B horror movie garbage at its best. It's absolutely brilliant. It's my game of the year.
Brett. Yep, sorry, quick.
No, I was about to say it is my game of the year so far too, but I've got Star Wars coming out next month.
Yeah, I got Legend of Zelda.
Next week.
Brett, what was the last game you played?
Last game I played, as I said, I've just been on a honeymoon in Singapore. I took my Switch with me. So, yeah, Link's Awakening. I haven't had a chance to play the remake of that. And, yeah, it's freaking brilliant. So, if you like Zelda, it's like the perfect pick-me-up, put-me-down kind of thing, like you said, with your lunch break.
Yeah, your lunch break game.
It'd be perfect for that. It was on the plane for a bit when we had time in the hotel room.
And it looks great as well.
It looks so good.
And they simulated, so the original Link's Awakening, the game moved from screen to screen, which made it feel a lot bigger than it actually is. It's actually a really small map area. So they had to find a way to simulate that on the Switch, which I think they've done really well with. It's sort of half shifts. So it's not a loading screen, but
it sort of slides over, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a smooth transition, and it does make it look and feel a lot bigger when you're first playing it. Yeah, great remake. Fantastic.
I had a great time with that when
I finished. I actually finished this one when it came out. I also finished the game that I've been playing recently. It's nothing to really write home about. It's a visual novel.
So you read it?
Yeah, basically. It's a choose-your-own adventure in the Tron universe. Tron Identity is for $20 on the eShop. Was released earlier in the week, so I decided to pick it up. Not really a visual novel type of dude, but I saw Tron and went, yep, okay, I have to because it's Tron.
It's such a cool aesthetic.
I think it's an amazing aesthetic. They tried really hard to simulate the Daft Punk music, but doesn't do it really well. Pretty cool little detective story. No. Pretty cool little detective story. I think I got the good ending. Having said that, yeah, I would recommend getting this when it's on sale for like $10.
How much was it?
20.
Okay, so not worth $20?
I would say no.
Playtime?
15?
Playtime, like at 2 hours, if that. But it's replayable. One thing I did like is you can see on the screen now the little puzzles that you have to do in order to defrag memories from the people. And I didn't like them because they weren't very clear on how to actually unlock them at some times. But what I did like is you can press the start button and it just says skip. So you can just skip it with no consequences.
You want to do the puzzle? No? All right.
Yeah. You want
to
just do
it was only 2 hours playtime because you just skipped every
level? No, the puzzles are ridiculous. Like, really, really easy. But I do like this expansion of the Tron universe. I still am hoping we'll get a sequel to Tron Legacy because that is one of my favourite films ever. It's so freaking good.
I've got to watch that one again because I don't remember it.
No, I saw it in the movies. I saw it in... So when it came out in the movies, it was 3D. But it was just as the 3D gimmick had taken off. So all they did was in the Tron universe, they made all the neon lights pop out, and it looked amazing.
See, I can't do 3D in the cinema. I get massive headaches.
It doesn't exist anymore. So the third dimension doesn't exist anymore. We're all 2D. See, you can see on the screen.
It definitely does. Like they've just released movies in 3D.
And the glasses.
No.
Do you want some more glasses? I've got some.
Yeah.
And I don't have a TV for it.
I watched the original Avengers movie on it once, and that's the only time I've ever watched a 3D.
Well, I have two more if you want to get 4 people.
But if you would like to watch the original Avengers film in 3D, simply head on over to hackthedino.com where you can see all the Gamingcast at any point. You can avenge us by clicking the subscribe button on youtube.com/hackthedino.
Pulls from anywhere.
Some would say desperately.
I know Jazz did. Twitch.tv/hackthedino.
The segues on this show get worse every week.
They're not segues. That would mean they were good. They're Benways.
It's because I keep creeping up to the line and going, I wonder if I can put my toe over it. And I get away with it.
And then you go, whoops, there goes my leg.
Yeah, hackthedino.com. Subscribe, youtube.com/hackthedino, twitch.tv/hackthedino. Hack the Dino.
Hock 'em.
In order to watch us live, like many people are doing right now in the live chat, saying hello to some of our lovely patoots, our Patreons.
3 users.
Shut up, man. That's 30,000. You're reading it incorrectly.
Okay. Yeah. That's why we keep crashing, because of all the people on here.
But of course, you may also want to just have the podcast version, in which case you can go to any podcast app. Be sure to leave us a 5-star review, little comment if you like. But definitely on Spotify and on Apple iTunes and any podcast app, please leave us a review because it helps the algorithm go, hey, these guys are okay or these guys are awful. Either way, just do it.
Oh, if we think we're awful, don't
leave the 5-star review anyway.
Just leave a 5-star review.
Well, at the moment, we've got 4.9 out of something like 30 reviews because...
I wonder if that was the bad review I gave us.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, we're going to do some quick news. Quick news. We had the Nindy Showcase yesterday morning.
Haven't seen any of it.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, so I've got just 4 games out of the, I think, 10 or 15 that were shown. These are the ones I thought stood out and worth talking about.
Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, first up, Cult of the Lamb, Relics of the Old Faith update. So there's dozens of new items, relics and enemies, remixed dungeons, new buildings and followers, and a whole new unlockable quest and 3 new modes. And it's all free.
That's cool.
I'm
Free
gonna have
DLC.
to get that, aren't I?
It's pretty
It
good,
looks
man.
pretty awesome.
Do you have what system do you currently have? Do you have any
It came
current
out on
gen?
everything.
All of them except shitty Xbox. So.
You got a PS5? Is it on PS5 or is it an Xbox exclusive?
Yeah, it's on PS5.
Oh, cool.
It's on Xbox. It's on PlayStation.
It's on Switch as well, isn't
It's
it?
on Switch. I got it on Switch.
I think Switch should be the better way to play it.
It seemed to me like a game that is better played on a Switch. I don't know why. Like it's not, but it just seems like the kind of thing you want to play handheld as well.
I reckon I might pick it up.
It's good.
Yeah.
There's not that many physical copies around, so hurry up.
Ooh. Excuse me. Just burping into the microphone. That's some tuna for you.
Better than I was about to do.
The next game, which I thought was the game of the entire showcase, was Animal Well.
Disagree.
All right. Well, yours is coming up soon anyway.
Yeah.
An atmospheric, pixelated, and open-ended adventure set in a labyrinth full of interesting creatures to interact with in both friendly and non-friendly ways. And this comes out in early 2024. What I really love about this, surprise, surprise, is the aesthetic. It's pixelated, but not only that, they've put scan lines in like an old CRT TV. So it gives you that feel of it being nostalgic without it necessarily being nostalgic.
It reminds me of like an old Sierra adventure game.
Yeah. It's. I swear it's the scan lines.
Although I don't like this. I don't like that. Stop putting fake scan lines in. I've moved past them. I've got better TVs.
But if they don't cash in on your nostalgia, no one will give the game a chance.
Although I was just like, I disagree, but this is the best one shown in the Direct. I do think that it gives very similar vibes to Cave Story, which I really liked.
Has anyone else heard of Cave Story?
Yeah, I really liked it too.
I got a feeling none of us know what you're talking about.
No, I haven't.
I've heard of it. Well, and I've heard of those 2 words.
Can I
You'll
guess
have to hack
which?
your 3DS now to play it.
Is it a story about a cave?
It is.
It is.
His name's Jeff.
Maybe
It's a
I
cave
haven't.
who's very lonely and just wants another cave to love and hold.
Can I make a guess as to which game Anto thought was the best in the Nindy Showcase?
Yeah, go for it.
Is it by any chance the rhythm-based one?
Yep, Rift of
Hell
the
yeah, it's
Necrodancer.
Rift of the Necrodancer.
I will say, this is also amazingly cool. So
Oh, that looks sick.
you heard of
done.
Crypt of the Necrodancer?
Yes.
And then what was the Hyrule one called, Anto?
Cadence of Hyrule.
Cadence of Hyrule. Same makers. This looks great. Anto, talk us through it quickly.
Oh,
Bit
of yoga.
At its core, it's, as it's described, a lane-based rhythm combat game. So it's a fighter with rhythm elements, which is great because it's my jam. The music is being written and performed and arranged and composed and all that stuff by YouTuber Family Jules. He is a metal
good.
guitarist who did the music for Crypt of the Necrodancer. And he does very, very good metal covers and arrangements of video game music and just meme songs like Barbie Girl and stuff like that. He's just a really, really talented dude, so it's really good to see him getting like more into video game production as well. It's also got, if anyone's familiar with Rhythm Heaven from a DS and a Wii, it's got mini games for people who maybe don't want sort of the intense sort of combat focused stuff as well that are very similar to games from Rhythm Heaven, which is what we're seeing on screen now. So it's just silly activities that characters on screen do, and you play it in time to music, which is just cool. So I'm super excited for it. It's going to be great.
Cadence of Hyrule's an excellent game, by the way. I still need a physical copy of that. And lastly, we got a release date for Oxenfree 2, Lost Signal, set 5 years after the first game, and yeah, more of the same, which is a good thing because that game was amazing.
I really should play that first one, shouldn't I?
It is. It's rather cheap now. So it's a good puzzle.
Oh, I like the look of that.
It's great.
This one's right up Floppy's alley. Like, this is like a King's Quest or a Space Quest game.
So like a point and click
Very
adventure
similar.
game sort of thing?
Yeah.
Did you ever play Trooberbrook? I've talked about Trooberbrook.
Yes, you have. Yeah.
So good.
Moving on to another bit of news, and I'm sort of just ploughing through this because it's my show. I'll do whatever the hell I want. Shut up.
Plowing through it because you've got to go fast, like the Blue Blur himself?
Yes, exactly that. Sonic Lego announced.
Woo!
Yay! Anto, you excited about these 4 new sets?
I'm so psyched. As soon as they go up for pre-order, I'm in.
Okay, so this is the first time I'm seeing these, by the way.
So we've got 4 in total. They're available on August the 1st.
Why is he wearing a wife beater?
The approximate pricing is as follows. Sonic Speed Sphere Challenge is 292 pieces and $60. Tails Workshop and Tornado Plane, 376 pieces at $75. Amy's Animal Rescue Island, which is $100 for 388 pieces. And then Sonic's Green Hill Zone Loop Challenge, 802 pieces for $180.
That is really good pricing for Lego.
Again, it's me guessing from the US prices.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it might be a bit more or a bit less.
It'll be more.
What do you think, Floppy, price-wise?
What do we have pictures of the sets?
No, just this video.
So is that the Green Hill set?
Yeah. Yep.
That'll be $200.
Yeah?
200, maybe 220.
Well, the Lego Ideas one that they did, that was like 180 or something like that, and it was smaller than that one there. So
yeah, right.
A lot of Lego sets get priced due to what minifigures are in them, because the bricks a lot of the time can be in any set. So like it's like anything that's made in short runs or something like that. Minifigures are quite often only made for specific sets, so that tends to be what drives the price up as well.
Yeah, right. Brett, you reckon you'd get these? You're a bit of a Lego fan, aren't you?
I've denied the one they've already released 1,000 times. So I don't know. I probably won't. I did the same thing when the Marios came out, and I'm denied.
I gotta say, as a proud Nintendo fanboy,
nerd is the word.
Not a fan of the Mario Lego.
Well, what I did with that is because my nieces love Lego, I just bought them all the Mario sets for their birthdays and that. So Christmas morning, they're off doing whatever, and I'm just sitting there like.
Yeah, see, I did that for my daughter, but she was I did that, and then I think 2 or 3 days later, she just went, "Dad, I don't like video games anymore."
Yeah.
You went, "It's still mine."
Yes, mine.
And at that point, you could see his heartbreak like Ralph Wiggum's did in The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. 100%.
I think they are, the Sonic ones will be pretty good. It's odd that they went with the Amy character.
As opposed to Knuckleheads.
Especially one of the bigger sets. Because I thought if they do a second series, then that's where you kind of go the more deep cut.
So
you were saying Knuckles should have been...
Yeah, probably a Knuckles, because then that's characters they know from the movies.
Are they going for diversity, though?
No. Are they going for, Anto, is there some freakish furry...
action?
It's the internet, so of course.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like
would that be a cash grab?
I don't think that's why they're doing it.
I think it's diversity.
Is that why it's the only set you're getting?
I'm getting all of them like 3 times over.
Where's
the reason I think they're going for Amy is because the amount of backlash there was when they released Sonic Origins a few months ago.
Sonic Origins?
When Amy wasn't playable, was nuts. So they've gone, okay, I think the fan base wants Amy, so they're going to do this.
Surely they would have had plans for this more than a few months ago.
You would have thought so, but
it's Lego. They're not going to go.
I mean, maybe they just have to change out a minifig.
Yeah, but this is probably why she's coming out, because she's become a very, very popular character in the comics recently as well. I think they're just trying to sort of tie it all in together with the hype that's been building for years since the movies and all that sort of stuff. There are rumors that Amy's going to be in the next Sonic movie as well. And I think if they do like a set
he kisses humans
2 or whatever, you'll get Knuckles, you'll get Shadow, and you'll get all the other sort of fan favorite characters as well. So it's going to be interesting. I'm hyped. It's like the first Lego set I'm going to be buying day one for myself in I think like 25 years.
Just for argument's sake, can you just get onto Ben's laptop there and just Google Sonic Furry Amy?
Do not look at my internet search history.
Just look at his favourites. It's in there.
It's already bookmarked. What are you talking about?
There's already a tab open. So.
Speaking of opening tabs,
I like having you here, Brett. This is great.
It's what I did when I went to the movies recently and had to...
What, in 1984?
Take out a
tab?
No, I was going to say open a tab because I couldn't afford to pay for the popcorn.
Like the old soft drink
Sure, it is, whatever. Mario Brothers out. We've seen it apart from Floppy. We're going to talk briefly about the Super Mario Brothers movie, but no spoilers because Floppy hasn't seen it. So live chat, do not go any spoilers. I will start off by saying it was amazing. I freaking loved it. I sat there the whole time with a big smile on my face and almost cried in certain points because it was so wonderful and perfect and everything I ever wanted it to be. And I'm so extremely happy that it happened. I realized as well that after I'd seen the movie, we actually were in the cinema. That was where not only did I see the original Mario Brothers movie, so same cinema back in 1993.
Sorry about that.
But also in the shopping complex where I would have bought all my Nintendo games as a kid.
Where was this?
Tea Tree Plaza.
Oh, I'm also sorry about that.
So, it was just a really nice roundabout. Like, one thing they don't talk about, and this isn't a spoiler, Floppy, but the soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that. Didn't Jack Black just go number one for something that he
Well, it was in the top 100, yes.
Yeah.
But interesting fact on that, and this isn't a spoiler. Anto, did you know that I saw this on a TikTok? They had Jack Black playing his song, the film clip that they released. And there was someone who is obviously a music teacher or a very well-known pianist or whatever.
Pardon?
Yeah, you heard.
Pianist, not penis.
He's a very known big throbbing cock.
Jesus. What happened to the PG rating,
That's
Ben?
the part where we lose the PG rating.
He's got a big rooster. What? He's a farmer.
Yeah.
And it's really swole. Does lots of little chicken pull-ups.
You ever seen anyone
With
backpedal so
what
quickly?
arm?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why it's a big throbbing cock. You don't see it. Because it works out a lot, this rooster.
So anyway, Luigi.
Anyway, he's listening to the opening chords of the Jack Black song. And this piano player just starts laughing hysterically and he goes, oh my God, he's a genius. He 100% did this on purpose. And he goes through the first chord, the second chord, and third chord. And yeah, it's the opening chords. And he goes, I'm just going to speed that up. Speeds it up, and it's Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley.
No way.
Yeah.
He rickrolled the entire world.
He rickrolled it to has. It's like, wow, that's amazing.
That's pretty brilliant.
But every single second of this movie, there is an Easter egg. So someone like me who has, like, the first video game I ever played was Super Mario Brothers. I've played every single Mario game to come out, finished every single Mario game to ever come out. Someone who obsessed over Nintendo, who knows quite a lot about Nintendo. I was sitting there the whole time just going to Jazz, oh, that's, and that, and that, and
you know
that's
what?
there.
As cool as that is, you're the worst person to sit next to.
Absolutely.
With that.
I think Sarah had a bruise on her arm at the moment because I was literally like, it was just like completely like looking at her and she's just like, I've never played the game.
What's a Mario?
Anto, what do you think about it?
Well, interestingly, Townsy in the chat has just said something very similar to what I think. It's not as everyone friendly. I don't think it's got quite the sort of appeal to everyone like the Sonic movies do with the live action characters. I think their target audience is somewhat different. I personally...
The movie was made for me.
It was made for you and children, in my opinion.
It's one and the same, mate.
No,
But
there's too much nostalgia in it for it to be.
I agree.
For children.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed Sonic 2.
Well,
The
that's
game,
your
'cause
problem.
it's the greatest Sega Mega Drive game ever.
Oh.
I think Sonic 3 is better, but still.
Actually, you're right because you could play as Knuckles
But no, like
and put the thing on the top. And, yeah.
the way Sonic ended for me was like all of my childhood imaginings come true. This is what I imagine it was like for you. And the only other sort of thing I can say about how good it is, Coda, who has sort of no real attachment to Mario or Nintendo or anything like that. She loves Zelda, and that's about it. When we got out, she was like, that was fantastic from start to finish. I couldn't stop smiling. And if someone who has sort of no real knowledge or basis of association with Mario can go in and say that was a 10 out of 10, I don't think there's better praise than that for a movie.
I agree. And just quietly, for people going, oh, it doesn't have a plot. Have you played a Mario game? Like...
They do have a plot.
Not even
From
that.
left
Like
to
it,
right.
it
That's
follows,
right.
it follows the basic hero's journey. That's all stories are. Like if you've got a complaint with that, you've got a complaint with everything else.
Yep.
You complain about the Matrix.
Well...
Don't even think about it. The Matrix is fantastic.
Anyway,
All
great
of
film.
it.
Everyone, go see it
Go
twice.
see it,
It's already like the highest opening weekend for an animated film. It's already on target to make $1 billion worldwide. It's
most
a huge
successful
success.
animated movie ever.
1 billion.
Did get some info about the sequel to the movie.
Here we go.
Yeah, they're just a bit worried that the Western audiences will find it a bit too hard, so they might have to reskin sort of Sonic 2 in order to release it in the Western side.
He's in the next Chippendales movie.
Anyway, I want to talk about some more bootlegs.
Well, okay, so I saw your note and I have not read any of this.
Brilliant. So, being that Brett's here,
I'm not even going to roll this up.
being that Brett is here, and Brett being quite the comic and toy collector.
You're allowed to say nerd.
Well, no, we don't discriminate here.
You're right. That's a term of endearment, mate.
It is, absolutely. Being that you own a comic and toy fair, I decided to go into, again, the deep, dark recesses of the internet and try and find some of the best bootleg video game-related toys that I could find. Now, no one's looked at these, have they, Anto? You haven't looked at it?
I was lost in the run sheet for where we were, so I haven't seen them, no.
Okay. Brett obviously hasn't seen it. Floppy hasn't seen it. So for the podcast listeners, Brett, when these pop up, I'd like you to describe what you're looking at so that people listening to this can get an accurate description of the bootleg gold we're currently looking at. Anto?
I have one thing I want to show all three of you.
Okay.
At the end of all this, if it isn't already in this list of things, I have my favorite bootleg toy image ever because it's just so wrong on so many levels, but I think you'll all get a kick out of it.
Is it one of the Amy Fluffy things?
No,
that's not
it's a
bootleg.
human sex doll made to look like Sally from the original Sonic comic. No.
All right, so this first one is a board game from China.
Wait, what? Oh, yep, found it.
You got it? So a board game from China. Brett, can you just explain what this is?
Hang on, zooming in on it.
He's zooming in on it. What this
really
is?
Small, that's what it is. Jump, chess,
Yep.
pocket moniker. Right. I see why you like it so much. Pocket moniker.
Pocket moniker.
What is that? Are they like those little magnet things that you?
What's it ripping off first?
Are they Beanie Baby?
It's Pokemon, correct?
Yeah. So it's
A Pokemon board game from China
a pocket moniker.
called Pocket
as
Moniker.
Like to call it.
Yep. And it's the jump. They've spelt jump incorrectly, and it's a chess game.
Is it
chess?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, chess.
Oh, are they little magnetic pieces or
I
something?
kind of want that if they're little
Oh my
Pokemon
God.
chess pieces.
Are we just going to be creating nothing but a want list for you
pretty
through this?
much.
Yeah, okay.
So the I don't know if you can read there, but it says kick others back this race ahead game, but don't get caught or you being kick out.
Well, that's it. You don't want to get kick out.
I hate kick out.
It's the
So
worst. That's
it's-
why there's a warning on it.
It's Pocket Monica Ludo?
I don't know.
Why is it Pocket Monica?
Have they just tried to make? They just didn't know what Mon was, so they just gave it a name.
Oh.
They're like, the one with the blue jacket must be Monica. So,
Why is there a rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat right behind him?
It's very happy. It's very happy. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. So next one I have here is
That is rubbish. Doesn't it?
it's like fun.
we all know what
Let's get drunk and play it.
Brett. You know what Figmas are, correct?
Oh my god!
I think Anto's just seen it.
And don't you see whatever it is?
You know what Figmas are, don't you, Brett?
Yeah.
Yep. Can you explain what a Figma model is?
No.
Okay. Highly articulate.
Laughing at the comment.
Okay. A highly articulate action figure based on properties, different properties. I'm a massive Kojima fan. I like Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid. I found this one of Solid Snake, if you will, Anto.
I don't think I can.
You can. You can do it, buddy.
Please do it. I need to see this. I need this in my
What shop do they
life.
sell it in? It looks like one of the Walking Dead zombie toys.
For the podcast listeners, there's something that probably at some point resembled a Solid Snake.
It looks like it's been like left in the sun for about 4.5 centuries. It's just
And then froze his face at the O moment.
I believe there's a video of an unboxing.
Oh,
there as
God.
well, Anto.
Sure it wasn't a boxing?
Oh dear.
But yeah, I had so much fun. If you're in our Discord, which you can join for free by going over to hackthedino.com and clicking on the Discord button, jump on in. I found other bootlegs that we weren't able to use in this segment, and I just started posting them for everyone.
It's really, really excited.
Colonel. It's like he's had Botox and he's trying to smile.
It's like Hasbro's face scan technology. The guy's just been really, really excited.
Speaking of excited, we look at his neck. I've got some more Pokemon toys here. So the first one should be there, Anto.
Hang on.
3 more Pokemon toys for us to have a fun old time with and maybe collect. Anto, we got the first one coming up.
I'm a little scared.
I'm.
I think my favourite part is seeing Anto's reaction first. Not knowing what
Anto, please bring that up. Now, we've all seen this Mario.
Why is he a koala?
For the podcast listeners, it's one of those rides that you might see in a shopping centre.
Or a porn store.
Clearly a koala ride-on feature, but they've repainted it Mario, and it is the worst paint job ever.
Oh my god, that is nightmare fuel.
Oh, you want nightmare fuel? Anto, hit us with the other one.
How many people do you think have taken photos standing behind that Mario?
I would have, if I ever find it. Bring it up, Anto.
Come on, mate.
Bring it up.
Don't leave us hanging.
Lungs are gonna collapse.
So don't hide all the...
Has someone just painted their penis as a Pikachu?
So it's another ride-on ride of Pikachu this time.
It looks like Pikachu had
Is
sex
that a
with
ride behind it, that grey thing?
It sure is.
How would you describe that, Brett?
Probably illegal in most countries.
It looks like Pikachu had sex with a pug, and this is the result.
It's like, you know that makeup shotgun that Homer made?
Oh, homie, you've got it set to whore.
And finally, we have a very special edition console of Pokemon as well for us to look at.
Hang on. Which one am I going for? Hang on.
The special edition console.
Oh god, I'm crying.
Hang on. No, you said there was one more Pokemon, right? And this one's also pretty bad.
What? Oh, yeah. That is a Pikachu ride-on car. For the podcast listeners, picture Pikachu with really small eyes and a vagina for a mouth.
Oh, that reminds me of something else that I can get Anto to look up.
No.
No, it's a thing.
Oh, I bet it is.
It's the thing.
And like it's worthy. It actually kind of fits into this.
Yeah, Anto. So what's the next one? I've lost my spot now.
More awesome Pokemon toys. There's 2 more before the console.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's look at the. I lost my spot there. All right. Yeah. More Pokemon toys. So Brett, please explain this one. Come on, Anto.
I've
Bring 'em
seen
on.
these
That's
before.
an invisible Pokemon? So is that like Cheech and Chong's like pet Pokemon? You've got, I don't know what that demon Bulbasaur's doing, but that creepy old dude in the park, Squirtle, is just right.
It looks like Pokemon that got a hold of your grandpa's false teeth.
So what we're seeing here are the Kanto starters: Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, and Pikachu. But with really big, teethy,
Like human teeth.
psychotic grins on their face and
Their
really
eyes.
weird-looking eyes.
They are all about 4 seconds away from flashing an old lady too. Look at them.
They look like someone's gone, you know what? Pokemon would look better if they had the faces of Lock, Shock, and Barrel from Nightmare Before Christmas.
So what's the next Pokemon toy we got there, Anto? So
Man.
try and contain your laughter and just bring it up so Brett can explain to the podcast listeners what we're looking at. And if you are listening to the podcast, perhaps head on over to youtube.com/HackTheDino and check out some of these bootlegs because they are hilarious. I might even chop it down and release it as its own
People
segment.
listening, like this is well worth a little bit of visual time.
Here we go. Pokemon 3. What the hell are they?
Well, they're definitely not Pokemon.
They look like germs.
I don't know what they are. They don't even equate to anything close to a Pokemon, apart from the one third in from the left. That kind of could be a Pokemon.
What's the vine, whatever it is, down the bottom?
That's
drawn on.
Carnival.
Carnival, yeah.
I like that they've actually got,
So
real,
they've got
Pokemon.
real Pokemon on it. It's just the toys. It looks like the cleaner from the Pokemon factories just got like a broom and swept up all the offcuts and just glued them together. They just like don't make sense at all.
I like Townsy's comment in the chat. Pokemon 3 Tokyo Drift.
And last but not least, the Pokemon console that I promised everyone. Gee, I hope this lives up to the standard. Pokemon consoles are very sought after. Very often they're bootlegged. We can see here. What can we see here, Brett?
Hang on.
Pika Boy 2.
Mm-hmm.
The next encounter. No. There's something right in front of it. To have a good time and for family.
Good time for family.
It's probably a Nintendo, but it has PlayStation controllers. And I don't know what the hell Pikachu is doing down there, but that hand shouldn't be there in that picture. Yeah, everyone should go a Pika Boy 2. Is it Pika Boy 2 or Pika Boy Squared?
I have it on good faith that you shouldn't Pika Boy or Pika Boy 2. That's illegal and you go to jail.
So you Pika Boy Square? Is that what you're saying?
Just don't
Or
pick
to have
anything.
a family good time?
Oh, gosh.
Now, Brett, you like Ninja Turtles? You're a big fan of the old TMNT?
TMNT, yeah.
Tmint?
My boy Donatello.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why? Why Donatello?
exactly. Yeah,
Why?
it's the
Why
best.
wouldn't you be?
He's the best.
Really? You're a Donatello boy as well?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sweet.
He does machines.
Anto?
Yes.
Yeah, don't mess with this one. What are we seeing there, Brett?
Looks like roadkill or something. Is that Amicable Herculeum?
Yep, Amicable Herculean.
And is that like one of Cobra Khan, like just being, I don't know, had sex with a raccoon or something? Like
He looks like he's wearing a dressing gown.
Yep, dressing gown.
Amicable Herculean. Is it like a friendly hero?
But it's like they've ripped the head off of like an old TMT, and it's Donatello with like, it looks like, yeah, I don't know, porno glasses, and then you've got
people hands.
and then they've got ice. What's his name? Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice's glasses.
And stuck him on MC Hammer's pants. So it's just like, yeah, early 90s all over again. The rap battle's on.
Wow.
Now, I'm a big Street Fighter fan, and I saw these bootlegs, and I went, actually, they look pretty cool. I wouldn't mind actually grabbing one of these. So, Anto, bring them up for us. Some Street Fighter merchandise that I think would be pretty cool in anyone's collection. Look at that.
I do actually kind of want that.
That actually looks like the little micro machines.
Yeah, I was
ones
going to
you used to
say,
get.
there's like Star Wars micro machines and stuff that look just like that.
That doesn't deserve to be on this list. That's great.
It is great, isn't it? Oh, it's a bootleg, so, it had to be on the list. I had to bring some normal stuff so people don't think we're
Chun-Li's
all weird.
naked, but, it's pretty good.
No. That's what
just
she
normal,
wears.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's what she wears.
Is Guile there doing a huge line of Coke?
Coke as in Coca-Cola.
Correct.
It's right next to the needle he was injecting heroin into his eyeball with.
Jesus.
What? It is.
Drinking.
So we had some Mario fun before. Here's some more Mario fun for you.
I'm not looking at them as I click the link.
Okay, here we go. Bring it up, Anto.
You know what? I need that in my life
What is it?
so badly. So I don't know if anyone here is a Master of the Universe fan, but there's, Master of the Universe classics, amazing figures, done well, perfect. So if you're looking for a Super Mario Master of the Universe figure, this is the one from you.
I think that's Swole Mario, isn't it?
I think he stopped eating mushrooms and started eating the hell out of some steroids. He's freaking huge.
That's the only way to get big.
Is he on a He-Man body that's been painted?
No,
like
that is
it's
not a He-Man body.
It looks like he's got a beer gut though. Like,
Well,
he's-
Oh,
all that
God.
estrogen has to go somewhere.
The head looks like it's been ripped off a proper Mario toy and then just stuck straight onto. Yeah.
Some maybe a
knows.
wrestler figure?
No, not even that. Like, the arms are too disproportionate.
It looks like if you know those like cheap ass Hulks you get from like the $2 shops. Where It's just like, it looks like something
No
like
articulation.
It's Chris
Yeah.
Pratt.
It does. It's like Star-Lord with a bloody head on it.
All right, we got another one there as well. Another Mario bit of goodness. The good thing is I've actually forgotten what these are now. So this is a surprise to me too.
Oh, which link is it? All right, hang on.
Number 2. Here we go. No.
Oh, which button's which?
Anto, there we go.
Oh, that's hell.
Who wants some nightmare fuel?
Are they candles? They look like candles.
I don't
or
know.
They're just really, really bad plastic.
But Mario's eyes are melting off.
Yeah. So is his Mo. Yeah. What is the six-toed thing next to him?
That's the turtle that you stomp on.
What's on its ass?
It looks like Luigi's shoved a bloody chandelier up his nose or something with what's coming out of that.
It looks like he shoved a carrot up his butt.
I reckon something's been shoved up his nose, but it's not a chandelier.
It's a hell of a lot of cocaine.
And I didn't forget Anto.
But you still need them in your life, though, don't you?
Absolutely. Oh, 100%. If I ever
He'd
saw
pay
these in the wild.
$100 for that.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice there were Sonic things in here.
I didn't want you to feel left out, Anto. There's been something here for everyone.
Wait till you get to the Final Fantasy ones.
No, I did look up Final Fantasy ones. Could not find any dodgy bootlegs of any clouds.
There are no dodgy bootlegs, but there are some really high-end, not safe for work figures.
Yep.
Graphic.
I want to see him.
I'll show you those after the show.
He bought them with him.
Yeah,
They go everywhere with him.
In his
If I bought
Instagram.
them, I would not be
He's
in
got
the
some in his
country.
backpack, the rest in the car.
Okay, here we go. Sonic number 1. Got to go fast with this one when it pops up. Oh, here we go. It's Silver Fox Sonic.
Who's dead?
I get down with that. I'm down with that, man.
Oh, no, he's got... I thought they were wings and he's an angel. It's bloody tails. So he's got tails, his tail. Zzz.
And there's
Is there one there or
whiskers.
two? Can you zoom in? Is there one or two there? There's
I think there are two.
Two tails.
That shadow
and they're blue,
there.
so that colours match, so that's always good.
I'm digging the
looks
Silver
wrong.
Fox look.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
looks
Just,
alright.
just looks kind of cool.
It looks wrong. It doesn't look good.
He doesn't have any spikes either.
Yeah,
know
I
what?
was just thinking that. It just looks
Does he
weird.
not have spines?
You know what?
Yeah,
I
look
could
at
probably.
the top of his head. It's like he looks like he's bald.
Oh.
I reckon I could see
It's
that
the
in the
Ben version of
wild.
Sonic.
Yeah, one I can associate with.
I reckon I could see that in the wild, and it would take me a good 10 minutes to realize it's not right.
Not a real one.
But there would just be like that thing in the back of your head. I don't know what's going on here. And then he'd be like, oh.
You get it home, and like 3 weeks later, you're like, God
Damn it.
All right, so here's the second one. Second Sonic.
Oh!
you mean Demon Sonic?
Crash Bandicoot.
Wow.
Sonic,
Scroll down.
Stuff.
Scroll down.
He actually
Scroll
like,
down. It's censored.
Demon pants.
All right, so
Oh my
for some reason he's got
God.
demon eyes on his head, his red eyes, his fangs.
Yep.
And he actually looks. He's made Crash Bandicoot's crazy face look normal, like a normal person. Is that?
Has he got 4 eyes?
Yep. 4 eyes and a hell long... He's got another hedgehog in his pants. Just smuggling that hog in there.
Massive hog.
With his
That
shoulders.
is
He's got like.
He's got like demon spikes on his shoulders.
Yeah. How cool are they, though?
Don't know.
Where's that hand going? Is that why? Oh, I was going to say that's why Crash Bandicoot's face.
Is it
so-
supposed to be the werewolf Sonic? Or like...
I've
Nah,
never
it's-
seen Sonic look like
The
this.
werewolf Sonic's isn't he grey?
Is it
and
like the
furry?
Animorph? You know, mid-morphs
He's
from
halfway
Animorphs?
through.
Yeah.
Oh, Townsy's got a good point.
Yeah.
Need a cosplay of that.
Yep.
I'll do it.
All right. And a couple of bonus ones. I'm not sure if these are actually bootlegs. They may be official. That's all that I know that they are. Because, again, I've forgotten what I've chosen. Yeah.
Does he punch him in the back of the head?
So, what's that, Brett?
So that's a cosplay, right? Isn't it? That's
I
sort of
think.
stuff
Oh no,
that
I actually think this was a costume
you could
at
buy.
one of the CESs or like pre-E3 type shows.
I was going to say, yeah.
Space Worlds.
So
Yeah.
it's like that. You get that horse, but you have like the fake legs hanging off of it, but your legs are like the horse. It's
Yep.
that, except it's the most messed up looking sad Yoshi in the world.
How
Like, all the
depressed does
other-
Yoshi
All
look?
the other Yoshis have just carked it or something, and then you've just got Mario going, "No, you're working. Let's go. I want to go get that bloody Bowser and get that princess." And
That Yoshi is like 8 seconds away from necking himself.
yeah, he's
Well, he's about 8 seconds away of
looks
Mario
so sad.
jumping off a cliff and like
Yeah.
kicking him
Why
down
do
into the
these
abyss.
plumbers keep rolling around on me? Like I just want to live normally.
And that's Mario Kart in the background, so it'd be from 1993, I believe, or earlier.
Yeah, if it was... I think you've hit it on the head. Like, it's definitely from, like, CES or something. It's probably 93 or around the launch for 94.
And they were actively trying to persuade people not to play Mario.
It feels like it.
Well, if that won't, this last one sure will, I assume.
Okay.
Here we go. This may or may not be official.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
What are we looking at there, Brett?
He is so vicious.
That's animal cruelty in plastic form.
He had it coming though.
So Mario is not only curb stomping a turtle.
Yeah, actually, if you know that scene from American History
Yes,
X
yep.
with Edward
It
Norton.
legit is that, isn't it?
Yep. Look at the eyebrows.
Oh, he is so angry.
He just wants to harm some animals.
He has got a rage boner going on right now.
Speaking of rage boners.
Oh, can I get Anto to find one bootleg that I know is out there?
Oh, I'm afraid of this rage boner.
I've got one as well that I want to show all of you.
All right.
Not
Can
a
you just
rage boner.
find? I'm just going to tell you 2 words: Pikachu, bouncy castle.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yes, we've all seen the Pikachu bouncy castle.
I'm bringing it up anyway.
Yeah, because we all need to see it again.
You've seen the Pikachu bouncy castle, haven't you, Brett?
I don't think I have.
You haven't seen the Pikachu bouncy
This
castle?
is amazing.
Floppy, are you after the one with...
With the entrance.
Yes.
Where it's
Yeah.
going like this.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, how are we going there?
Hang on.
It's not coming.
Townsy, I'm not even reading that one out, mate.
Wait, what?
And if you'd like to hurl litigious stuff at us on the live chat, head on over to hackthedino.com/whatever.
I think I found a worse one.
Oh, worse
Do
one.
it. Do it.
Hit us with that sweet bootleg. Yeah, that's the one I thought it
That's
was.
the one I'm thinking of.
Right. So that's where little Pikachus come from.
That's where the Pikachus come, that's for sure.
That's the bouncy castle entrance.
Yeah.
that you-
Yep.
Yeah.
It's when a daddy Pikachu and that thing really love each other. That's where the baby Pikachus come
Look at the
from.
mouth on it too, though.
It's having a good time.
Yeah.
There is a Superman, but we won't go into that, but there is a Superman
Okay.
doll that is very... I'll put it in the Discord. Head on over to hackthedino.com, go to our Discord. Anto, very quickly, what's the last one you wanted to show us?
So this is a collection of some of the world's greatest superheroes. They formed a crime-fighting group to, keep the world safe. It's everybody's favorite DC team, the Sense of Right Alliance.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Is there Shrek in there?
Shrek there.
It's got
Ranger,
everyone's favorites.
Spider-Man and
Car.
a car.
Discount Power Ranger, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and Shrek.
Nice. Like it.
And there's a picture of a Ninja Turtle on it as
there's
well.
Ninja Turtles,
Yeah, and
what else?
Transformers.
The
and all
Incredibles.
sorts.
Oh my god,
Donkey's
cars.
up there.
I want
Car.
that. I need that in my life.
Screw this Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's have
that.
I want that one.
Yeah. Let's get that happening.
That's the best DC universe they would have had yet.
We've been Hack the Dino. This has been our gaming cast, where we bring you the past, present, and future all video games news, previews, and discussions. This is the time we usually turn off, according to our statistics, but that's okay. Because this is where the most fun happens, and you're just missing out, you sour sob blanket man person.
Wow.
But this isn't all we do. Floppy,
Yes.
what do you do?
Oh, that's private.
Oh, it's not.
no,
I've seen the videos.
It's true. I don't care about privacy.
Goatsy.
I take photos of things that I purchase.
That's the other website.
I also take photos of things that I like or that I'm playing with and put them on Instagram at Floppy Plays Games. I don't remember if I've updated it lately.
No, you haven't. I checked earlier.
Okay.
Anto, what do you do?
Well, in a shocking turn of events, Floppy hasn't posted anything, but I have.
What? Oh, I checked it earlier. When did you post something?
Literally, before
During
I
the
sat
show?
down at the desk here for the first time.
Yep, good.
About 3 minutes ago when he went,
Yeah.
oh, shit, I haven't posted anything.
No, so I figured if I was taking photos to share, what my toy shelves look like, I might as well just upload them to Instagram. Because, one of them is related at least. So I finally updated Final Fantasy.
Hey!
Fantasy. Because it's like Anto, but Fanto.
Yeah,
See?
Fantasy, either way.
It's
Not
cooler
stealing
when you
Ben's joke
explain
anymore. So yeah, I've uploaded these for the first time and figured, screw it, I'll chuck Sonic up here as well. It doesn't have to be a dedicated Final Fantasy page.
No.
Not anymore, it doesn't.
I haven't got them here. They're on my home computer for some reason. I've also got some proper unboxed photos of the Final Fantasy 15 Collector's Edition that Floppy helped me organize.
You're welcome.
And they'll be going up at some point over the next few days when I'm not exhausted from a toy fair.
Yay! So Final Fantasy. Check that out. It's a good time for everyone who loves fantasies.
Nerdy shit.
Fantasies. If you fantasize about Anto, hit him up. Let him know. All the hugs and kisses.
Dine only fans.
Dine only fans.
Brett, Yes, that's you.
That was riveting for the podcast listeners.
Yes.
No, they're suddenly driving along and it just went, is someone calling me? Has it dropped out?
Now they're dead because they had an accident.
That's right. You killed them, Brett.
Sorry, guys.
They can't hear you.
That police officer was 1 day away from retirement.
Well,
Spend time with his sick family.
You got something to plug? Something maybe?
I run this toy fair. I don't know
Oh,
if I
really?
spoke about it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair.
Oh, it's the biggest. It is the largest comic and toy fair
In the
largest
universe.
Adelaide and comic and toy fair in the whole existence of everything.
All of mankind.
So I hear. No, you can check us out over the socials. Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair everywhere. Not everywhere, but like
No, everywhere.
on all this. Yeah.
Facebooks.
Or AdelaideComicandToyFair.com. Yeah, we've got the fair coming up, so it's got all the people that are going to be coming along. The artists, the people like Benjamin over here, Osty from
Benjamin.
Kaiju Collectibles
I'm
will
in
be
trouble.
there. Yeah, plenty of stuff. And yeah, that's, if you can see this, the website that's up that I haven't updated because I'm incredibly lazy. But if you want to see what April 2002 looked like.
Not October, though.
Yeah. That's up there. But yeah, check us out. Yeah, AdelaideComicandToyFair.com. Yeah, all the socials, Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair. And if you want to stalk me, just look up My Name is Brett and you can see all the weird pictures of crap that I post.
I'm going to do that right now.
They are weird. Very
Which
weird.
I haven't updated for about 4 years. So all
Scary.
it is just pictures of Lego Stormtroopers. So, and my cat. My cat's in there a lot.
Nice.
And I do stuff that's legal over on Mr. Benjamin on Instagram, where I put up stuff that I purchased. You know what I got during the week?
What did you get during the
freaking
week?
amazing. It's an old Nintendo 1990 catalog of Nintendo merchandise.
Yeah, I think I had one of the watches that was in here.
I've got one of the watches right in that next room.
I'm not surprised.
But yeah, some of this stuff is amazing, Anto. If we can just flick through some of this stuff. First of all, the fashion sense. Is
Or lack thereof.
simply look at that cool kid with his backwards hat and his little tuft of hair poking out the top and his cool Nintendo jumper. I want that Nintendo. I want both those jumpers.
I don't know about you guys, but I honestly would wear a full tracksuit of Nintendo stuff.
100% I would. Look at you
You
talking.
know what?
What am I wearing right now?
You're not wearing a tracksuit. That's just
It's a hoodie with Nintendo written on it.
Lucky we're not in 1987 because, unfortunately, I was a different person and probably would have beaten the shit out of you.
If I was born in 1987, wait, no, if we were in 1987, I'd be minus 3 years old.
Okay,
Shut up.
Sorry about that.
4? Yeah.
Just punching his mum in the ovaries.
And like you got towels as well. You keep
Got weird, sorry.
that wasn't him
I
punching
remember
the
those
ovaries.
watches, the 4 foot long watches.
The 4 foot long watches.
Yeah.
The big wall
They
ones.
put on the wall. They
Yeah,
were
my
the
kids got one in
best.
their room now.
Party invitations as well. Big old
fans.
Mario cake.
Put it on your table.
And I think right at the very end, the back cover had the coolest stuff. I'm yawning.
You right there, mate?
The baby clothes.
Oh man, so
The
there's
deck
like a
chair.
bread box for your Nintendo stuff. There's Nintendo deck chairs.
It's a bread bin!
Yeah, I know. I want all the stuff
For
that's
all
in
of
there.
your Nintendo bread.
This
Nintendo.
thing
Yep. It's
Is
not Michael
why I
Towns.
knew the Speak and Spell wasn't a thing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. What else have I got up there, Anto? Besides that really cool catalog, I really enjoyed
I don't
that.
know, it's your page.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, I sorted out all my monsters in my pocket. I thought that looked pretty.
Man, I had a monster in
Something
my
I
pocket
might
too.
actually buy from Ben.
What's that? My mimps.
Who are your monsters?
My mimps.
I got a
My
monster
mimps.
in my pocket. It cost you a lot more though.
I gotta say, some of Townsy's comments on like all of your stuff are just
1400.
gold every time. Like this one here. If you put all of these in the microwave, they change colors. You should give it a shot with all of them at once.
I like his everything is at my stall is edible if you try hard enough.
And yeah, finally, I managed to get a copy of Kid Icarus
Nice.
as well. I did pay a little bit more than I should have, but as I mentioned in our Discord, that it's going to be one of the harder games to find, and if I didn't get it now, it was going to cost me a lot more.
Do you have to stand?
No, I do not have the stand.
I know someone that does.
Yes, we know, Floppy. But I also do a little side project called Bad Game Art, where we look
$1,400.
at the worst video game art from the 90s and 2000s.
Bonk's Revenge.
This one was sent to me by Michael Towns.
What is up with that?
This was
Why do
just
they
a-
look like completely different pictures?
Why is Charlie Brown so angry?
I was going to say this is just a rare photo of Ben when he was young.
Someone said that in the chat, in the comments. Someone said, isn't Ben more angry that someone stole his likeness? And I replied, no, their horns are too long anyway.
Why is the Triceratops trying to lick his face?
Well, because he's giving him head.
Oh my gosh, it's from the
Why
turbo
would you
graphics.
headbutt spikes? That just doesn't seem like you'd come off on the right end of that.
I feel like at this point in time, he's not thinking rationally.
Next we have... what do we have next? Oh, yeah, that's a penis.
It's a one-eyed monster, if that's what you're getting at.
One-eyed, veiny
I was going to say,
monster.
it's quite veiny there.
It's very vascular.
Very...
If yours is green and glows like that, mate, there is a big problem.
No, that just means you're charged up and ready to go.
That's right. Charging my laser beam.
Apple
sorry.
flavored.
I'm not Oh.
And yeah, this is the most 90s magazine cover I've ever seen.
What is that he's holding?
It's a giant rod that shoots flames.
Why is it as big as his chest?
I don't know. But I thought you'd be more drawn to the Lara Croft
Oh my
pin-up.
god, I remember that. I remember that. I'm pretty sure I had that poster.
I bet you did.
I was
You
filthy.
naughty sausage.
What are you, like, fucking Mrs. Brown?
I don't know. I just thought you looked like
You
a bit of a
naughty little sausage.
You're full of meat.
I seem to recall, I think it was in the Discord a few days ago, Afronix in the chat said that they found some really bad art they were going to share with us.
Yes, they were going to put it in there, but that's all right. We'll add that for the next time.
We'll
but
find it later.
until next time, thank you, Brett, for joining us.
Thank you, Brett.
Thanks for having me.
We look
Again,
forward.
congratulations on your marriage.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Congratulations, and we look forward to
Sorry, sir.
talking about all of our pickups that we are going to have from the largest Adelaide comic and toy fair in the entire universe.
In existence ever.
Well, there is one in Canada. Adelaide,
Yeah,
Canada.
really?
No.
Shit.
Well, there is.
That's
but
the
it's
shit
smaller.
Adelaide, like the Queen.
The Shitterlade.
Fuck them all. Goddamn Queens.
Oh, I've just found the art that Afronix wanted you to see. Hang on.
All right.
It's like an Apple ad.
Is that like Esche Mario?
Esche Mario.
Esche Mario.
I'd do him.
I'd watch.
I am him.